We're going to summarize all the outside of the legs passing, and then I'm also going to touch on a couple important points that I didn't talk about up until this point. So one thing that we didn't talk about up until now, which is going to be more important now because I'm going to start talking about the 2-on-1 as well, is when Mike's trying to pass my guard and I'm trying to play guard. My goal on bottom when I'm playing guard is to get at least 3 grips, even better 4 grips. That means that my hands and my feet are doing something to attach to him, right? If Mike can get me down to 0 grips, 1 grip, maybe 2 grips, it's a lot better situation for Mike and a crappier situation for me. So like if I have, I don't know, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 4 grips now. If Mike does not remove any of these grips, it's physically impossible for Mike to pass my guard, right? Try and pass my guard without removing my grips.
I mean,
right?
You're just going to lift me up from my legs.
So Mike needs to untangle my grips to be able to pass my guard. But since we have 3 or 4 grips, even if Mike removes a grip, I still have 3 other grips to try and off balance and attack Mike while I get my 4th grip back, right? So in the meantime of Mike trying to untangle grips, we can be off balancing, right? Sweeping and all that stuff while he has to keep his balance and try and strip the grips to pass my guard, right? So it's a battle of grips when we're doing this guard retention stuff, right? If I have 4 grips on Mike, I don't have to do any of these techniques and strategies that we talked about before, like pummeling and all that stuff, right? Because we're attached to our partner, right? We're not retaining our guard anymore. Now we're attacking. So on that note, now we're going to talk about the 2-on-1. So the reason the 2-on-1 is so good in no gi is in the gi, we can attach to the lapel, where now we have an anchor point where we can start spinning a web around our partner, right? In no-gi, we don't have that. So in no-gi, our long-range grip on the upper body is going to be the 2-on-1, right? So if I can get a 2-on-1 on Mike, now Mike only has 1 arm free to try and deal with both my legs to pass my guard, right? So when I pull guard here, when Mike tries to pass, he has 1 arm to try and out-pummel this leg and beat this leg in the process, right? During the process, if I ever get the foot to the bicep, I can be jumping my hips into triangles, right? If he's bringing the pressure forwards and I'm inside of his armpit, right? I can be going arm bars, right? The 2-on-1 again. If I ever feel Mike pressuring forwards, like in a hinge kind of position with his hips, I can be elevating Mike, right? Where I can.
I knew you were waiting for it.
From these like helicopter positions, I can like let Mike drop into arm bars or sweep him, right? I can even remove a foot, pass the arm across, and start going arm drag. And then if Mike rips away from me here, he gives me his lower body, right? So when we're using this 2-on-1, it's really good because it's one of the few, if not the only, like strong, long-range grip we have on the upper body, right? Everything else is either not long range or not strong, right? So we can get to this position, the 2-on-1, off of our top foot position. So yeah, just back up. So when I force aside and he starts trying to control my legs, when I get the top foot position here, now that my feet are on the top, I can grab across, remove my foot, and now I have that 2-on-1 position where now Mike's right into a triangle threat, right? The armbar threat, right? I can even pull him into close guard if he drops down to his knees, right? We have all these different options once we get that 2-on-1. So yeah, let's just do that one more time. So I'm here. I move my hips out to one side, and now we start doing the pummeling to the foot on the top position here, right? Now that my feet are on the top, I can reach across, and then now I have that 2-on-1, right? I can also do this when Mike is really strong. We didn't talk about this actually before, But when Mike's too strong for me to pummel, one thing I can do as well, I'm just gonna do it on this leg, is I'm gonna open my foot wide. And now like Mike is just doing too good of a job tracking me. I'm gonna open my foot wide, grab, I'm gonna remove the leg here. So the reason I'm keeping my foot wide is if Mike tries to pass to this side as I do so, he's still between my legs. And now again, we can switch off to the 2-on-1 grip. All right. Yeah, I think that's pretty well it for the 2-on-1 stuff. So let's just do that one more time. So we're here. He's doing too good of a job tracking me, right? I'm trying to beat him with the pummeling, but I can't. My foot's gonna go up, grab, kick wide, and then now I can go 2-on-1, right? Where we're in this battle. And like I said before, if he's here like this, it's easy just to jump a triangle into him. All right. So yeah, the importance of getting grips is going to be super important when we're doing this. And the 2-on-1 is kind of like what I use to set up all my different guards when I'm on bottom. Because most of the time, if they're smart, they're not giving up their legs in no-gi for you to tangle them up, which means we have to find a way to tangle up their upper body first, which is usually going to start with a 2-on-1. So let's just quickly summarize all the outside the legs retention stuff. So he's standing. My goal is to be seated, to get grips of some sort where I can pull guard and get my 3 to 4 grips. He manages to make me go to my back. Right? Now my goal, force aside, where now I'm going to top pummel, or pummel to the top foot position, right? Now that I have the top foot position, I'll either tangle up his legs if they're close. If he keeps his legs back and his upper body forwards, this is when I'll start going to the 2-on-1s, right? If he goes to knee on belly, because he's beaten that, this is where we went invert. I mean, he backed off, and then I just spun back to face, right? If he runs north-south, frame, find a way to get my legs on him, and spin back to face. If he turns me away, right, we have the sit up and scoot. If he runs towards my head when he turns me away, I frame, shrimp, anchor and spin again, right? So in a nutshell, that's kind of like the whole entire outside the legs retention. Then next we're going to move into through the legs. So that'll be like headquarters, near side knee through, like the knee slide, half guard,